Bro, you did it. You won. You're the battling champ. Or close enough anyway. Victory's in reach. If you just win tomorrow's Finals League, we'll have our names cleared and be released. But Hammer, you know my opponent is no pushover. His power is incredible. He's been battling champion for 3 years straight. Beating him is going to be no easy task. Up till today I managed to win somehow, but tomorrow's another matter. I doubt that I will win. If that's your attitude, you'll lose even if you could have won. Come on, bro. Show some fighting spirit. Ha ha ha, I didn't think you'd be the type to say something like that. You're right, I'll never win with these pre-battle blues. Thanks, Hammer. Well then, let's head back to our lodgings now. I'd like to be able to say no problem, but tomorrow's Finals League is important. So you think you should take care in servicing and customizing your gear? Our fates depend on it. Gear servicing, eh? Leaving it to just one mechanic worries me a bit. I'll ask the doc to give us a hand also. A bit of a worry? That's not so, bro. This here mechanic is doing the best he can, you know? I didn't mean it that way, so don't get all upset now, Hammer. Anyway, let's go back to our barracks and call the doc, shall we? Wait, don't you think you should save your battling record in the memory cube? I suppose I should. What? Did Hammer just straight up tell me to save my game? Dude, that is so not bro. That's not so bro. That's not so bro of you. Alright, Hammer, there better be a pretty good reason you told me to save my game. I better get jumped or something. Is that all? Yep. This is the best that can be obtained around here. You think I can win with these crude parts? You've got a point. Compared to the champ's gear, the quality just does not match up. There's nothing we can do. Master Rico's gear is a special make of gear provided by the committee. From maintenance to parts, it receives the best of everything. As long as money is involved, the champ will go all out. That's one of the reasons he's so powerful. Can't we get better parts? This... Ha 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 ha. As usual, you haven't learned anything, have you? Who's there? Long time, Faye. You're the one from the Abe tournament. What do you want? I'm busy right now. No matter how high quality your gear may be, you won't be able to defeat him. Well, what are you talking about? Yikes. You still do not understand, do you? Then let me show you. Why do you suddenly want to fight for? Are you crazy or something? Enough talk. Take this. Enough talk. Have at you. Whoa. You're serious. Of course, so put up a good fight. Because if you don't, your life is mine. Okay, Satan just isn't gonna help, I guess. Why does he look like he's checking his watch? Satan knows to respect the 1v1 on Rust. I kind of like how they... What a wimp. Told me to save, because normally you would have to go all the way back to the desert. Or, not the desert, the prison. So, like, because this boss kind of comes out of nowhere, they were like, maybe you should save. It was kind of a weird way of doing it, but I see why they did it. Yeah, this game definitely ranks up there for sound effects and voiceover effects. I don't think anything will ever beat Legend of Legaia for me. And I think Legend of Dragoon is probably like number 2. But this might be number 3 in terms of old PS1 RPGs. There's nothing like a good voiceover for an attack. Oh, really? I'm out of AP. I could do a combo. This is probably the first fight that I've been able to like actually build up a combo and use it in an optimal way. That's the same technique as me. How come? Fighting brute strength with brute strength is a sign of a great fool. It's obvious that a lighter body such as yours will always be at a disadvantage in a head-on attack. I just gave you a good example. That minor difference between you and I had this outcome. Now, okay, first of all, the fact that you snuck that in there, but then second of all, it's the song. Kudos. Now, someone else with a mass several times as you, like Rico, the outcome becomes highly apparent. This applies to Gears as well. Even if you were to get parts comparable to Rico's, there is still that difference in mass. To make up for this, one must commit to a single final strike that thrusts at the opponent's fissure. I have given you the hint. It's up to you to figure it out through experience. Wait, why is it that you have the same fighting style as I? And how do you know my name? Tell me. Fine. It was 3 years ago. The one who took you, in your mutilated state, to that mountain village was none other than myself. You're the one who brought me to Lahan? Yes, at your father's request. My father's? What's your relation to my father? Khan and I were fellow students. Khan? Is that my father's name? Why do you ask for your father's name? You haven't lost your... Yeah, so tell me anything you can, will you? I see. In your injured state, I wouldn't have been surprised. Wise man. Khan Wong. That is your father's name. Since our youth, Khan and I studied the martial arts together. Father and you? Yes, eventually your father became an officer of a certain country. There he met a young woman. She was about 20 years old. Her name was Karen. She was like a flower in full bloom. Flower? I know it's like a Japanese thing, like it's a Japanese dialect thing, but it just cracks me up how like 80% of Faye's dialogue is just repeating what the other person said with ... question mark. He means that she was extraordinarily beautiful. I see, then she's... Yes, your mother. Khan married your mother, and I left on a journey to strengthen myself. Then my mother, where is my mother now? You do not remember that either? I see. According to Khan, when you were but a child, she passed away. Oh. Time passed. During my journey, I received a letter from Khan. The letter said that his son was taken away by a man. Khan once said you had special powers. The man who wanted that power took you. That man was Groff. Groff? He took me away? You've met him? Yeah, 3 times. It's amazing you are still in one piece. It seemed to Groff that I was still not powerful enough to achieve his ultimate goal. Anyway, let me hear more about this story. Khan wished to go find his son, and if possible, he wanted my help. I agreed to Khan's request and began searching for you. And that man. Then came that one fateful night 3 years ago. There was a violent storm. The storm felt as if it was thrown at us through sheer rage. That night, Khan notified me that he had located his son, so I headed for that location as if I was drawn to it. You and Khan were wounded badly. I have no idea what had happened between you two and Groff. By then, Groff had already gone. I don't know why, but probably he was driven away by Khan. Khan decided to pursue Groff and left me to care for his son. I provided you with the necessary first aid and left you in the custody of those village people. Then I followed after Khan. You probably lost your memory when you were injured then. Why did my father pursue Groff? I do not even know. Just that he said it was not only for the sake of his son, but also for the sake of the world. That man had to be disposed of, he added. That if something were to happen to him, I would have to take care of the rest. I haven't seen or heard from him since. Groff said that my father was dead. If Groff has been appearing in your presence, then that is a possibility. That is truly unfortunate. Do you remember anything about your fighting techniques? Huh? No, nothing. Your fighting skills were probably taught to you by Khan. Khan and I both studied under the same master. That is why my techniques are similar to yours. Well, then I must be off. To where? I will go find him. I need to pinpoint what his intentions are. And also for Khan's sake. Just tell me one thing. What country was my father an officer for? Are you going there? I don't know. There are other things I have to take care of. Yes. The floating land which tries to hide behind a wall, protected as if to conceal their failure. That is Sabat. That is your father's country. Shabbat. The floating land? Farewell. Hey! Hey, we were talking here! What a mysterious person. Is this the second time you've met him? Huh? Yeah. Since that tournament in Ave, he sure is a mysterious person. I probably won't understand straight away what he meant today. What was that all about? I've only known you since you arrived here. What is this Ave tournament? What is going on? Apparently Hammer thinks that we didn't live a life before getting here. But I think I get the general idea. I might be able to do something in tomorrow's final round. The differences in the performance of the gear parts are not going to influence the outcome. Well, not as much as I thought before. Never underestimate the situation. You might lose pretty badly if you think you can just win by getting a grasp of the concept. I know, Doc. Well, let us return to our quarters and rest, Faye. Your fate lies in the outcome of tomorrow's competition. You need to preserve your strength. Hey, Maven! Get in here! So when does the Hunger Games start? Where, like, all the mechs are dropped on an island and we have to find resources and survive, and the last one left on the island gets to leave. They drop us all in, like, a default mech on, like, different corners of the island. Or maybe even, like, the Hunger Games. They drop all of them, like, right in the same spot, right? And then we all have to, like, zoom off, and they hid, like, a bunch of strong mech parts around the jungle. And we have to, like, find them and then fight each other, and then the last one standing gets to leave prison. Get with the times, old man. It's Battle Royale now. Hunger Games was so 10 years ago. Alright, listen. Hunger Games and Battle Royale are two separate things, okay? There ain't no bus in Hunger Games. It's different. Today's the last day of the games, the Finals League. You get the challenge, Ricardo Banderas. Do you desire to enter the Finals Tournament, Finals League? Apex Titanfall. Did I just invent Apex Titanfall? That's his mech. Easy dub. Easy. That was supposed to be a challenge. Not for my Soul Calibur skills. Bzzzt. What? What do you mean round 3? Was he cheap? I'll beat you up again if you really want. You're really just hankering for a beating. I will deliver. Almost perfect. Yeah, the fights genuinely got harder and harder, which is impressive. Like, you gotta realize that a lot of the stuff that they did for that minigame are like the hard things to do. Like, you know, if you make, and I'm no video game developer, okay, but from what I understand, making the AI, making the, like, the stadium, the models, the animations, the stuff under the hood that actually makes the robots, like, do the things they're supposed to do, plus the AI in the enemy getting harder and harder, and the UI and stuff, like, all that stuff is the hard part. Once you have all that down, just making more robots, making more enemies, making more attacks, making more level, like, stages, that's the stuff that comes afterwards. Like, when you're making a Tekken game, all of the, like, core mechanics of the game come first, and that's the hard part. And then just adding to that is the easier part. So they did the hard part of making a fighting game. You know, just have this little mini game in a massive RPG. They did all the hard stuff. They could have taken this and made it bigger, but, like, that's not even the main game. But, you know, having, like, an AI that gets harder and harder, like, that's not an easy thing to do. And having that whole thing work and function correctly is not an easy thing to do. Hey, your machine has been rigged. I'm gonna tell the committee on you. Yeah, he's definitely had his gear equipped with parts that are in violation of the rules or something. Shut up. Don't embarrass me any further. How could such special parts exist in the Imperial capital anyway? Especially since you can't leave the Imperial capital with these collars on. But Rico, then... I thought I told you to stop. Keep quiet. That's right, it's impossible. Bro won on his own strength. Stop trying to trump up false accusations. Bro? Enough already, Hammer. I won because of luck and because I had a good teacher. Also, the wound to your arm hasn't completely healed yet, has it? If it wasn't for that wound, I am sure you would have won instead. Defeat is defeat, my wound is no excuse. The battling champion is you! Well, I have something I must see to. I'll be off now. Champ, wait up! Let us go with you! I am no longer the champ. You guys will just get in my way. Don't follow me, okay? In your way, but champ. Rico! This means I'm acquitted. I'm cleared. Why? Just cut the Hammer off. Steer, this is the last. Hang in there with me. Get him myself. Get who? Hey look, check this out. There's only one control ship. The other 7 are all ether guided. Just who the heck is controlling all of them? I never thought you'd be the escort commander. Dominia? Dominia? Who's that? Hey, not the one from the elements. It's been a long time, Elheim. The last time was Juggins, wasn't it? She looks... She? He? She? I'd imagine she. Hard to tell. She looks like, what's her name? Chick that was in bed with the Emperor. What are you doing here? This is a vital mission ordered from Central. I already have Ramesses' orders. Ramses's order. I always want to say Rameses, but there's no E. Ramses's orders. The Hecht is not to be piloted by a common soldier. I will take the Hecht. I think it's Hecht, but because it's German. I didn't even need an escort, but this was also part of the plan. This will be a good fight. Wait, tell me what our target is. You should know. That's restricted, but I guess I can tell. The electric generator in the eastern sector of Kislev's imperial capital. The target is a reactor left there by an ancient civilization. The reactor? If you attack that, then Kislev will... Probably most of it will be destroyed. The rest will be uninhabitable for hundreds of years. Why are you doing this? To purge, why else? You may know this already, Kislev as the gatekeeper. The original gate is controlled by those vulgar lambs. This land barrier was made by our predecessors. The lambs are trying to destroy the gate. Are you going to allow that? That may be so, but do we have the right to get involved? Does that bother you? Since when did you have a conscience? War, strife, betrayal, deceit are all that are on the lambs' minds. Surely you should know that by looking at the fools in this country. Just let them loose and see what they do. They would pillage and loot our world acting as if they owned it. Advanced knowledge or tools aren't necessary for common house pets. We must lead them where they belong. You were originally a land dweller, so why? I was chosen by the commander. Don't look at me the same as those stupid lambs. Yes, well, you shirked the duty that was instilled in you since your Juggin days. Arguing with you is a waste of time. I was a surface dweller myself, but I'm going to purge the lambs. I want you, the shepherds, able to see with your own eyes what I can do. I think the issue, like what makes it kind of hard sometimes to tell with the characters in this game, is that the avatars are really zoomed in. Like you get like their face and that's it. Like you don't get any upper body, just like this. So if it's just like a stereotypical anime face, it's hard to tell if it's a male or female. But I figured by the name, sounds like a female name. Ending in IA, usually female. This room, this is the champ's. Yes, the room given to the champion. Is it not to your satisfaction? No, it's not that. What about Rico? Rico? He's the ex-champion. Now you're the champion. But what happened to him? After the finals league, during the group league bouts, his gear went out of control. The out-of-control gear crashed into Kaiser's box seat and was damaged. Nothing has been heard from the former champion, Ricardo, and no one has seen him since the incident. There are no battling competitions for a while, so you can rest up a bit. The explosive collar has been removed. How about taking a walk around A Block, the civilian area of Nortoon? A Block, civilian area? The southeast part of the Imperial Capital. It is called A Block, or the ordinary civilian area. Well then, we shall take our leave. I'm the mob boss now. Anyway, this room is yours to use. Next door is your bedroom. Oh, and Faye, now you will be given the title of champion as well as special S-rank privileges. Well, congratulations on winning the battling championship. We were able to take some very good data. Haha, One more thing, good news. Kaiser Sigmund would like to meet you, Champion Faye. Please stop by the Central Administrative District. Well, goodbye. She is something else. So, you are now free in both name and reality, right? So, what are you gonna do now, bro? Leave Nortoon? We are not yet finished. There's one thing left to do here. I know. It's Weltall, right? We can't just leave it here. We have to get it back somehow. It is best if we assume Weltall has been moved to a different dock. So, I guess that is where you come in. Hammer! Got it, Doctor. I'll find out where your gear is. I'll bet my name as the Imperial Capital's #1 supplier on it. Okay then, let's work separately. I'll work by myself while you, Hammer, and Doc work together. Bro, don't you trust me or something? I work better alone. Nothing against Satan, but he'll just get in the way, bro. So then, just leave it to me, okay. That Hammer. It's funny that they, like, do put their trust in him, though. We should make a move, too. Who's playing that organ? I got my own bedroom and save point. Can I rest? I light a candle every night for a Xenogears remake. So, in like one of the first episodes, I asked, would you guys want a remake, a remaster, or a port? And most of the people here and on YouTube basically said like port. Like that was the most popular answer. It was basically like Final Fantasy VII Steam style port, where it's a port but it is like touched up and maybe has some like more settings, or maybe a tech setting, maybe you know, some quality of life stuff, but like generally just a port. So that was the number one. That was the number one thing. Yeah, I've heard some, like I've tried not to. Most of the people that have said this to me have said it in a way that doesn't spoil anything, but people have been saying that like the end of this game, like the last act of this game is quite a bit different and like could definitely be improved. So I think that's where a lot of people are saying, like, maybe a remake would be better. So, like, normally, I think a lot of people that grow up with a game like this would say port. Like, I don't want to see a remake. You know, it's... Like, I don't think they would necessarily reject a remake. Like, if a remake happened, they would play it, and as long as it was... did the original justice, they would be happy. But, like... if they had the choice between remake and port, they would still pick port. Because they grew up with the game and they feel like it's fine the way it is and they just want a better way to play it. And that's how I feel about most games. Like Legend of Legaia, I want a port of so bad. But just a port. I don't need a remake of it. If they did remake it, I wouldn't complain. I'd be excited. But if I had the choice between remake and port, you know, I would pick port. But I think this game is a special case where a lot of people feel like it could have been more. It could have been better. It's already amazing, but it could have been better if it wasn't in a weird situation where they couldn't do everything they wanted to do, which is kind of how Final Fantasy VII is. And I think that's why Square Enix wanted to make a remake, you know, more than anything, was that they had all these ideas that couldn't come to fruition in the original. And they already made ports, so it made sense, you know. We got the best of both worlds with Final Fantasy VII. But, you know, with this game, I can see the argument. And I think I'll understand it even more when I get to the end of this game. But I can see the argument. I think, you know, if we were living in a fantasy world, then we'd get the Final Fantasy VII treatment, where we get a port, remaster / port, and we get a remake. But if we can only pick one, it's an interesting discussion, because I think this game desperately needs a port. There's no other way to play it, and it's really, really expensive, and it doesn't work well on anything but a PS1. So, like, it desperately needs a port. It needs a port as desperately as Legend of Dragoon needed a port, and Legend of Dragoon finally got its port. So I would love to see this game get the same treatment. So I think even if we do decide that we want a remake, we still need a port. 100%. So it'd be great to get both, but if I could only pick one right now, I would say port, just because it desperately needs it. But I could see the argument for a remake, and I think I'll see it even more when we get to the end of the game. But I think that, and you guys might disagree, but I think that if a game does not have any kind of port at all, like even just a digital version on like the PS3 store, or like a Steam version, or just like literally any style port other than the physical disc sitting in a PS1, then I think it sucks if a company decides to remake that game without porting it. You know? Like, I feel like that's kind of a shame. Like, at that point, it feels like it's kind of overwriting the original in a way. Final Fantasy VII, I would never make the argument that the remake is overwriting the original, because they have given us a million different ways to play the original. They're not trying to hide the original Final Fantasy VII. They're not saying, like, oh, don't play the original, play the new shiny version. You know? They have always been like, play the original. Here's a PS3 version, here's a PS4 version, here's a PS5 version, here's a version on your PSP, here's a version on Steam. You know, like, they want you to play the original and experience the remake. It's never been, the people that are saying, like, oh, the remake ruined the original, like, it's not replacing anything. They've made it perfectly clear that they want you to play both, you know? But if they were to come out tomorrow and be like, we're making a Xenogears remake, but there's no way to get your hands on Xenogears other than buying a copy off eBay for $200, then it does kind of feel like they're overwriting it a little bit. It does feel like they're kind of trying to hide the original and just be like, here's Xenogears for real, which is a bit of a shame. So I think if we are going to get a Xenogears remake, they need to take the time to make a good port first. Even if it's just a Steam port that just, you know, has a few quality of life, or even not anything. Even if it's just a hard port of the game onto Steam. something just to, you know, allow people to play the original. And I feel like it's a good business decision as well. You want people to play the original while they're waiting for the remake. If you say like, hey, we're making the remake, it's going to take us a year to make, give us the original so we can play that in the meantime, right? So that's what I would say. Make a port and then maybe make a remake, but definitely make a port. All right. So I have no idea where we're going, because the lady was like, see me at the Central Intelligence Agency, and then the other guy was like, you should check out A Block, and then Satan was like, we gotta find the robot, so I don't know what we're doing. Oh, Faye, wait a sec. Cameron just went out, but left a message for you. He wants you to meet him at the Wildcat Bar in the civilian part of the city once you've taken care of everything. You got that? Great, that's another place we have to go. I'm lost. Alright, who made the account Dairy Queen Mike? What are we doing? And then Seraphic gives him a sub. This is my life now. This is my life. This is your life. This is the main town. D-block prisoners like you. What? Excuse me, please go on through. That's right, I'm the champ. Step aside. The battling champ. I was in awe when I watched your title match. Please forgive my past discourtesy to you. The single stretch of road going north and south will take you out of the Imperial capital. The middle is the Central District, and to the southwest is the Imperial A Block. Sus clap. Alright, you see that lag? That's the game. That's not my capture card. This is real, true lag. This is the real stuff. From Aqua to Omega, we have all the best items. You can't leave home without our tents that totally restore you. Shouldn't it be from Alpha to Omega? What is Aqua to Omega? Aqua is not a Greek letter, is it? Or is it? Oh, from Aqua Soul to Omega Soul. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. I don't know where I'm going. This is the Kislev Central District. Only authorized person... Huh? Well, if it isn't the battling champ, Faye. The Kaiser's waiting. Please, come this way. No one's around. I thought so. Security's been lightened to lure Faye. I suppose the knocking on the front door's out. Guess I'll get in through that air duct up there. This is the Central District. The Kaiser's room is up this elevator and up to the West Wing stairs. That must be a fat air duct. Whoa! Crazy elevator technology. What is this, Willy Wonka? Got the Willy Wonka elevator going on. Meep, 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 meep. Sigmund made it this far on his own even after the loss of his wife. But not a day goes by that he doesn't think of her. It is so sad. Sob sob. Whew! What kind of animal is that that says whew? Who are you? I see, so you are Faye. Welcome. You? How do you know me? Ha ha ha, excuse me, I am the Kaiser of Kislev, Sigmund. This may sound sudden, but would you like to join forces? I need your assistance. Ah! Huh? It's you, Rico. Not good. Coming again, later. Mutant, security, arrest the intruder. He wasn't with you, was he? No. We weren't. No, down's not good. I'll hide over there for now. Hey, the Kaiser's calling you. What? Is that true? Hey, is it okay? Yeah. This door won't open for anyone except the Kaiser and his wife. Just leave the guards. Must be a Square Enix game. Hey, it does open. Oh my god. Rico is Kaiser's wife. Huh? What's this room? The smell. I've seen this. When was it? Mother. Why does Jenny have a father, but I don't? Well, that is... Your father is, so that's why... You have to rest. Now listen to me, your father is a great man. Someday you'll follow in his footsteps. Cough, cough. Mother. Mother. I'm different from the other kids. Even my nails are long, and look at my ears. No, it's not like that. Neo from across the road keeps saying I'm not human and that when I get older I'll become a demi-human. I'm not human? Then you're not my mother? No, I don't want that. Oh god, please, have mercy on this child. Yo, thanks subs. Hope you had a good stream, man. Get out! Go away, you mutant child! Cough, cough, cough. Wow, mother is... Here, listen, carefully. From now on, you're going to be by yourself. Mother, I am? Is that kid me? My childhood memories, I've forgotten. Why am I remembering this now? This room? That faint smell. Hey, you in there? Open up! What are you thinking breaking into the Central District? This isn't good. What? Forget about it. Forget about it. What? He just joins us? I got a thing. Hey, I'm reminiscing here. Aha, I knew it. It gives him ether and ether defense. And only he can equip it. Birds. I'm kind of shocked. I didn't expect there to be much going on with Rico after this. But, like, he's actually turning into a really important character. You, how did you get in here? Nothing. I just came in through the entrance. It shouldn't open unless it scans the right DNA. It couldn't open that easily. It was probably a malfunction. It doesn't matter. Arrest the intruder. The battling committee is after him for breaking his contract. Let them deal with him. Yes, sir. Well, I'll be seeing you around sometime. No, can't possibly be. That man was suspected of trying to assassinate me. The police are looking into the matter now. Well, I have some sudden matters to attend to, so if you'll excuse me. Please tour the district at your leisure. Oh, and about my preposition. I'll be awaiting a positive response. Good day. We're just like, okay. Guess we just experienced that. There's a chest in here. Night mail. Oh. The accessories thing is so odd. Because, like, there's different accessories for each of these spots, but, you know, it's not obvious that they're different. They needed, like, a little, like, icon, like, a little chest icon, and then a little head icon, and then, or something, like, to the left there, so you can tell that these are two different categories. Especially since the gears have a similar thing, but they're all the same category. It's kind of confusing. Do 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 do. And yeah, I think we would give a sub to subs. I like that we get to watch this every time. Should I leave or should I explore? There's some suspicious activity in Ave. They could attack any time. This is the new battleship, Goliath. With its completion, Ave and Solaris will have to submit to us. What is the Kaiser thinking? Now's the only chance to strike at Ave. Currently, Ave is a puppet government. Ramses, a Gebler officer, is the one who holds the true power. I'm prepared to fight even if I'm the last one. A true soldier. I've heard pretty good things about the Chrono Cross remaster. I think there was an issue when it came out, but it's been since resolved, I think. Hey, it's dog food. Don't tell anyone I'm keeping a pet down here. I found him on the outskirts of Lahan on the verge of death. But look at him now. I can't. Because there's stairs in the way. Pork, 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 pork. Alright, we out here.